All right, welcome back everybody. And so the next video here, we're going to talk about, we're going to look at formatting of text. And this is going to be pretty basic, but there's a few things that you can really kind of do with text to make them stand out a little bit. And so we're going to start with the alignment. And so what we did is over in the index file, we're going to do a little bit of markup. Created a class. It's going to be same as above, only with h2. So h2 underscore heading. We'll put hello world. Save it. Then we'll go back over the style and we'll start to work with it. All right. And so the first thing we can look at is text align. All right. And so if you see now, we centered it by using text align center. It kind of gave you a little preview because I'd already been messing around with this. But if you go right, save, you'll see that it slides over to the right. All right. Now, in addition to the alignment, obviously left alignment is default, but there is such a thing as left align. So we could align it to the left if we needed to. But we can also change the color. All right, see it's red. And now you see the A tag down here. If we were to, say, create a link here, if the inner part was also set to be a link, you'll see that the A tag has its own inherited styling that overrides your styling. Now, if you see this, it's underlined, which is an inherited characteristic of the A tag, and it's also blue. All right, so now what we need to do, if we want to do anything with this, which most will want this to do, we're gonna strip the underline out of it by going text decoration none. And what that does is takes all of the styling, all of the punctuated styling, so it's underlined and bolding or whatever is inherited, it's going to be stripped out. It does retain the color aspect because of the link, because it's a link. So if we wanted to, we would have to override it again, color red. And again, now this is doing this on all A tags on your site. So if you are looking at a specific tag, you know, if you wanted to say only the A tag following an H2, we would select that by doing the pseudo selector. Okay, so we're looking at only A tags that are after the H2 heading. Okay, now you shouldn't see any difference there. Now, what we were talking about before is here's where padding and things like that really, this is where you can really start to manipulate your HTML elements. This right alignment is literally right up against, it's the same as on the left side, but it's right up against the border on it. So if you wanted to just say back it off of that right column, you could do some padding. All right, but you can also specifically select padding right, and that will only affect padding to the right of the element, not to the above or below or to the left of it. So we select 10 pixels to the right, and we refresh it, and you see it comes right in and lines up with the border on the right hand side up there because it's the same 10 pixels. All right. Now, in addition to the alignment part of this and the decoration, we also have transformation. Okay. Say we wanted to make our text hello world. Say we wanted that to be all uppercase. All right. And so we wanted this to be the H2 heading. Okay. So we would do a text transform. uppercase. Okay, and now we're in all caps. Now what you could do is lowercase, uppercase, and then also capitalize. So if we wanted to change it back to the way it was, but we weren't sure how it was typed, we could do capitalize. And then it'll capitalize the H and the W. So um, there's also an option for indenting. Okay, so we've capitalized, but we also want to, so we want to indent it 50 pixels. All right, we need to actually align that. We'll actually take the alignment out. There we go. So instead of being on the right, or right on the left-hand column, because we took the alignment out of it, it's actually indented at 50 pixels. Just to show you that that's working, we'll cut it in half, and you'll see it slide over halfway. Okay, so that's um, the text properties. Um, there's a there's a few other ones we can go over. We could do line height. Setting the line height is really good if you have something, say you have a div that is 50 or 25 pixels tall, and you want to set your text to be right in the middle. You would set your line height right at the middle, or right at 25, which will center it in that section. Um, that can really come in handy, especially when you're doing navigation. Okay, so what we can also do is we want to add some text shadow. We can do that, text shadow. All right, 3 pixels, 1 pixel, and we'll say black. You can see it added a little text shadow to your uh, to the text. All right. The some of the other things you can do with it, we can vertical align an element. That's really particularly handy if you're using tables still. Um, like you know, the entry part, your entry text in each cell should be vertically aligned to the top. So it'd be vertical aligned top, um, so that you have, when you have multiple lines, um, your cells will add up much clearer and much more. They'll be straight across instead of being up or down. Okay, and so that's pretty much it for text. We're going to go on to another couple of things here. Fonts. Excuse me. All right, and so what we're going to look at here is the font families. All right, and basically what we have is, uh, without getting into calling in Google Web Fonts, which is another thing we can do. And actually, we can show you that. I can show you that real quick. And this is a perfect example of an external CSS file. All right, let's say we want to use something that's funky here. Ubuntu. I like that one. All right. So we click on Use. Oop, where are we here? Thought I just saw it. Here it is. Add a collection. There we go. Show styles. Now here's our Ubuntu down here. Use. And we're going to use the normal. If we wanted to, we could use the medium and the bold. All right. impact on load page time. We're just slightly in the green, so let's actually take the medium out. That'll put us in the green. Basically, what you're looking at here is the performance that would be impacted based on your uh, your load time for the Google Web Font. All right, and so we're going to use here's our CSS link. That's what I was looking for. All right, and so up here, there we go. Now this would go, if we wanted to, we can put this in our CSS. That'll also bring in Ubuntu. So now what we want to do is font family Ubuntu. It's a capital. And it has to be in quotes. Get rid of the web clipper. And now you can see the text is different. Actually, let me get rid of that text shadow because that's distracting. There you go. You can see the difference in the font now. All right. So here's the good thing about using the web font. Now you don't have to have a failover set of fonts. So you would do, serif, sans serif, all of your overflow fonts in case the browser or the machine that's showing this doesn't actually have them loaded. So this is a nice way of doing it so that you only have to call it once. You know that it's going to work within your style sheets, and you don't have to worry about, you know, uh, calling for everything, on the off chance that they don't have it. All right, so what we can also do is add some font styles. And in this, it's going to be, you've got normal, italic, or oblique. So let's just show italic, which obviously you're going to know what it's going to look like. It's italic. And then we'll look at oblique. There we go. Pretty similar. All right, now sizes. Size is another easy one. You're going to have your options. Let's just say we want to put it up really big, 48 pixels. Now you can use EMs or you can use pixels depending on what you're comfortable with. So there we go. So you can see you can really get some funky sizes out of that. EMs are an old print measurement. It's up to you whether you want to look into them. Basically, it's the default sizes are 16 pixels, right? So that's one EM. So 16 pixels equals 1 EM. So if you want to do that conversion to make it a little bit more, it gives you a little bit more customization. Personally, to me, I'm fine using regular pixels. It's just a matter of preference on your part. All right. So basically, that's about it for text and also for fonts. So we'll close out here, and then in the next video, we'll take a look at the next section. All right. Well, so as always, thanks for watching. Go ahead and hit that like button and leave me any comments below if you think if you have any questions or if you like the video, whatever. And we'll see you the next time around.